Welcome to Future Gwai. I'm Umlilo, Gwai Diva of the Universe, and today we're going to be looking at a very exciting AI music generation app called Udio. But first, roll the intro.
I'm the spark in the night, you're just wanting to. I'm the future, I'm the tech, I'm the AI dream. You're the past, you're the flesh, just a fleeting. Got precision, got the speed, I'm the upgrade you need. I'm just sweat and heartbeat, I'm the next generation.
So you're probably wondering, what is Udio and what is music generation using AI? And it's something that has happened in the last couple of years where, with the kind of advent of AI kind of taking over our world, basically, the music industry has been no different. And Udio is basically a text to music application that has so many different exciting features, and I'm happy to walk through the whole process with you, and we'll create some music a little bit later. Udio is a text to music generator for full songs with vocals. You describe a vibe, optionally paste custom lyrics, or you can upload your own audio and it generates a version of that music. Either in a remix, you can extend it, you can edit it, and it also gives you stems to finish in your DAW. Now, as you open the Udio app, you come onto the homepage and you get to explore all the different features. One of the most exciting things that they've added onto the site is styles, where you can basically create in the style of your favorite musician, composer that is actually on the application. And as you can see, there's so many different styles to choose from. You can also choose via genres. So you can choose from R&B to electronic, to ambient, to trance music. There's literally so much choice on this app. Now, this is not a paid sponsorship video, so I can say whatever I want to say, and we will review this application in a very honest and truthful way. And I can tell you already that from my previous usages of it, there are some little glitches and things that have to be fixed, but I think we all know that AI is definitely nowhere near perfect yet, but I think we'll be talking a different story in the next couple of years. So as we go over the website, you have your create. This is where the magic happens. You can prompt, you can choose the length, you can add kind of guidance tags of the kind of music that you want. You can also paste lyrics that you've written yourself, or that you use any other app like ChatGPT or DeepSeek to kind of help you write lyrics. And you can also generate different variations of that track and also remix. Library is where all of your songs live, so everything that you create is going to be inside your library. And you can also download. There's a lot of different options. You can download as a wave if you do have the paid options, or you can just download a normal MP3 if you just have the free option. Player is a unified media player that's at the bottom of your screen, and that basically is where you will play your music, fast forward, rewind, that sort of thing. This is where you can follow other creators who are also using AI generated music. You can listen to what other people are creating, and it's pretty fun. Credits, this is where you can check your balance and glance over how many limits that you have. I have never run out of credits for Udio, so they're very generous in terms of what they give the user, and I think that's also what makes it quite an amazing and unique AI generation music app. Updates and help, they have a very helpful center where you can kind of see what questions have been asked and all the kind of major things that you need. So if I haven't covered anything in this video, you can definitely go there and they'll definitely have answers to all your questions. So there is an iOS app where you can create and extend, but some of the other editing is not there, so you won't be able to extend, you won't be able to remix or do it in sessions. Styles and Styles library is one of the best things that I've seen on this app. Basically, you can see the new track from the vibe of one or two reference tracks that you either upload or that Udio has, and that some of the artists that they've featured. Then you can save, favorite, reuse those styles across projects. You can also blend styles, and that is a paid option. And that is also very exciting because you can, for example, take a hip hop track and mix it with like an electronic track, and you'll get something new and fresh. Guidance tags are very good because you can either say things like, I want a female vocal, I want it more hip hop, drum heavy, drum and bass, percussion, atmospheric, ambient. This is where you can really start specifying, some of the things that you wanted to do. There are also negative tags that you can say, I don't want this genre, I don't want this kind of vocal, I don't want a male vocal, I don't want a female vocal. So there's a lot of choice in what you can actually create using this application. Extend, remix, and trim is kind of where you'll work for the most. Extend is when once you've created a track, you can then extend it because Udio only allows you to create 32 seconds at a time. So once you've got your 32 seconds, you can kind of build a track like you would in any other normal instrumentation. So you could either start in the middle and build the intro and then the parts that come afterwards, or you can actually build it from scratch and start from the intro and build the song in a very sequential kind of way. Stems export is one of the most exciting things for musicians like myself because you can basically download all the stems, the instrumentation, the vocals in separate stems, and then you can edit and mix it in your own DAW. So now let's get to the really fun part of this whole experience. I asked ChatGPT to write me a little prompt, and what we were trying to create was an Amapiano love song set in Johannesburg at midnight, bittersweet but danceable, club ready, spacious pads, kind of log drum groove, kind of hypnotic. Think like 4 a.m. in a club downtown Johannesburg. So let's start creating. So when you go to create, there is a tab that you can describe your song, and you can also use the style. So for this kind of purposes, we're going to just describe the song and do the very simple text to music. Club ready, spacious pads, log drum groove, hypnotic synth lead, and the guidance tags are female vocal, airy harmonies, deep house textures, percussive, atmospheric, catchy hook. So once you've got your prompt, you can either choose to auto-generate your lyrics, or you can do custom lyrics that you write yourself, or you can just leave it as an instrumental. So whatever you want, there's definitely an option for you. You can choose between different versions of the Create. They've got 3 different versions. And I would leave all of the features the same. So you've got prompt strength. I always leave it at 50% because you kind of leave room for the AI to kind of interpret what you're saying. You can either be very committed to the lyrics that you've written, or you can allow the AI to also kind of like be creative a little bit. I think it really helps sometimes to work with the software, and then you can refine a little bit later. Clarity, I've left it at 25%, which is their standard, because you could lose some kind of value with making the clarity quite like high. I'd leave the seed at -1, and then the generation quality I would also leave on high so that it's kind of a very high quality music output. So one of the features in Udio is that once you've got your track and you've had a listen, it will give you 2 versions of the track, and then you can decide which version you kind of want to work with. And with each iteration of extension, you will get 2 tracks. So for people like me that are sometimes indecisive, this can be a problem, but it's a good problem to have when you are making music because you always have options to choose from. And you'll see that they've added the track into the original track. So now you know that the app is actually working with the track that you've chosen to extend. And then they have different sections. So you can either add intro, you can add the section before, you can add the section after, and you can add an outro. It's very simple. So for this section, we are going to add just a little bit of an intro. So we are going to click add intro. Once you've added your intro, we're going to leave the settings the same, and then you just click extend, and it shows you there how many credits it uses. It uses 2 credits. So then it will extend the 30-second track into a 1-minute track, and so on and so forth. So by the end of it, you can create a track however long according to your credits. So you will keep extending it And for the next extension, we are going to add a track after. So we're going to add a section after the section that we've just created, because we've already got an intro. So now you have an intro, the middle section that we started with, and then you have another section. So this will be like in a normal song structure, you would have your beginning verses, your chorus, your middle verse, maybe a bridge, and then maybe a crescendo moment, and then you kind of have the chorus again, depending on what you want to do. So for this case, because it's a house track, we don't really focus too much on the kind of structure of the track. We just want to make it like cool and dynamic. So once you're happy, you are going to click extend again, and then add the selection that you want. So we're going to add a section afterwards, click extend, and then we'll have a listen. So again, we're going to add now, I think we've got a good length of a song. We like where it's developing, where it's going. So we're going to add an outro and kind of be done with the track. And then we'll have a little bit of a listening session to hear what we've been listening to. So now that we've finished with our track and we're kind of happy with the progression of the song, you can then click download and you'll have a lot of different options. But for the free option, we are going to click MP3, and then you download the MP3 and there you have it. You've got your song. So this is a game changer when it comes to DJs, musicians, composers, and even people who are just interested in music but never really had the training or have been scared of like pursuing music in that way. This is such a great way of like trying out different music styles, seeing what kind of music resonates with you, and also just creating for fun. Like you could literally DJ for a bunch of friends using songs that you created on Udio. This is the question that everybody has. The free option allows you to have 10 credit limit per day with an additional 100 credit limit per month. You can generate up to 4 songs at a time, and there's a limit of 3 full length, this is 2 seconds, 10-second song generations per day. For the standard option, that's more for the fine tuning, and I think once you get into it, you can subscribe to the standard, which allows you 1,200 limit per month, no daily limit, non-trials only. You can generate up to 6 songs at a time, and you can edit your tracks, generate songs from audio clips, download musical stems, upload custom cover art, and more. For the Pro option, you're looking at $24 a month, and that's a 4,800 limit per month, no daily limit. Generate up to 8 songs at a time, create songs from a style reference, bulk download songs, and all the other features from all the other tiers. So the free tier is obviously $0 a month. The standard is $8 a month, which is not too bad. And $24 will get you every single feature. Now, I do believe that Udio in 5 years' time will probably be the go-to music generation software that producers and musicians work in tandem with their studios, with their instruments, with their vocals. It's something that I've begun doing in my own music process, and it's kind of streamlined a lot of things and made the idea of a creative block something that I no longer know of, because you know, with music, sometimes you don't want to create for the longest time, and this kind of like breaks that block of having to pick up an instrument or having to record something. You can literally record a voice note on your phone and upload it and create a song from that. And I think that frees musicians into creating, and that's what it's all about. I think technology should be about getting us to create more and getting us over the obstacles that we often put in front of us when we want to create. So I would definitely give it a 7 out of 10. And these are my reasons. It's a very well-run app. It works most of the time. I haven't gotten a lot of error messages. It does happen sometimes. The quality of the audio is usually very good. I would say maybe 6 times out of 10, you'll get good quality. I would advise, if you're working with lyrics, to write your own lyrics, because when you allow the software itself to write the lyrics, some of the lyrics won't come out clear, some of the lyrics won't make sense, and there is an AI language that it tends to do. So that for me is like a -2. But I would say overall, the instrumentation, the composition, and the understanding of your prompts is really top notch. So would I recommend Udio for anybody wanting to kind of start making music as a hobbyist, or something for a soundtrack of something that you're working for, or even as a professional musician? I would say go ahead, because this is technology that's out there. The free option already gives you so much to work with. And if anything, you can try it and say something for me or something not for me. But I'm glad you joined me on this walkthrough, and it's been fun walking through Udio with you. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't for more of this type of content, and I'll be looking at other apps as well in the coming weeks. And always stay guai, stay creative, and stay curious.